Greetings and a warm welcome to Ben's Quarter Hour Dialogue, the Creative Mindshift podcast. This is a show that caters for individuals of all and background and is dedicated to fostering a transformational change in the way we approach life. I'm delighted to be your host this week's episode. And by way of the introduction, my name is Benjamin Oladapo. I'm the Chief Visionary of Creative Prolific Mentoring Foundation, a foundation that takes care of the youth, the young adults, and the teenagers to help them to get gainfully employed, to get skills, and be able to do something with their lives. I'm also the lead coach of Nugget Consulting and the CEO of Creatable Integrated Services Limited. You'll find this podcast informative and helpful. I invite you to show your support by subscribing and liking and sharing it with your loved ones. Your feedback is valuable to us. Thank you for tuning in. All right. In this episode of Ben's Quarter Hour Dialogue, the Creative Mindship podcast, we'll be looking at the topic of how to stay focused. In today's fast-paced world, it is difficult to stay focused in our tasks and our goals. Distraction is everywhere, from social media to technology to everyday responsibility. But the good news is there are ways to increase our focus and improve our productivity. In this episode, we'll be exploring the basics of focus, identifying common distractions, and discussing practical tips for remaining focused in our daily lives. So whether you're a student, a professional, or someone looking to improve your focus, this episode is for you. So let's get started. Like defining focus. There are distractions everywhere, as I've earlier mentioned. And so and it's important for us to understand what focus is and how to harness it so that to the benefit of our productivity and success. First, let's define focus. Focus, according to the dictionary, means to concentrate attention or effort on a particular task or activity. In other words, when we have focus, we are fully engaged in the task at hand, giving it our full attention and effort. On the other hand, attention is more broad and can be easily divided between different tasks and stimuli. So by understanding the difference between attention and focus, we can better identify what we are when we are truly focused on a task and when we are merely giving it partial attention. So why is focus important? By focusing on one task at a time, we can complete it more effectively and efficiently, leading to improved productivity and success. So by prioritizing focus and minimizing the distraction, we can achieve our goals and feel more accomplished in our daily lives. So we have to understand different barriers to focus. We have mentioned some: social media, we have mentioned technology, we have mentioned our everyday responsibilities. Multitasking is also a significant barrier to focus. It can lead to splitting our attention between various activities. Now, we can be overwhelmed because of these barriers to focus. Now, when we are overwhelmed, what do? We minimize distraction. You turn off your notifications, you create a dedicated workspace for yourself, and when you overcome these barriers, you'll be able to achieve more and you'll be able to feel accomplished in your life. And so we also go about building good habits. Building good habits can help you remain focused and productive. For example, in the morning when you wake up, what's the first thing you do? Is it that you just reach out to your phone and check what is the latest, messages from over the night from your friends? And this will set your pace for the day. If it's a message that is not in good tone, you are distracted for that day. So why don't you minimize the attention you pay to those kind of distractions especially in the morning. One other way to manage distractions by turning off notifications, like I mentioned earlier, our phones, you have notification, we can turn it off. Most of us don't know that. You can turn it off, you can set it to a period of time in the day. Probably you can turn it off until your lunch time, where you can have time to go through all of them. Then you also can create a workspace for yourself that is free from distraction. That sometimes you need to step outside, for those that have open offices, you need to step beyond that comfort zone, beyond that space that you have, so that you'll be able to minimize those distractions that come to you from your colleagues. When we took a training on mental health and awareness on mental health. And if we are told that, when you are overwhelmed with tasks, with work, what do? Somebody brings an assignment to you. Please, can you help me with this? Just tell that person, sorry, I have something I have to quickly achieve. Can you just give me 5 minutes? One of my managers, he taught me that, and I learned a lesson from it. He gave me an appointment, and I was just about a minute or two late, and he had already scheduled. He was already doing something else. And when I walked into his office, he said, Ben, you are late, but just give me 5 minutes. And after I gave him that 5 minutes, he called me in and we had our discussion. He didn't want to be distracted from the assignment he has already embarked on. And that is why he gave me that timing. All right. So this wraps up the episode of Ben Quarter Dialogue, the Creative Mindship podcast on remaining focused. I hope you have found these tips and insights useful in your own journey towards increased focus and productivity. Remember, it's not about being perfect, but making progress and developing good habits. So stay focused, stay positive, and keep striving towards your goal. Thank you for listening. I will catch you in the next episode. Bye.